أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا إن هذا القرآن يهدي للتي هي أقوم ويبشر المؤمنين الذين يعملون الصالحات أن لهم أجرا كبيرا وأن الذين لا يؤمنون بالآخرة أعتدنا لهم عذابا أليما. ويدعو الإنسان بالشر دعاءه بالخير وكان الإنسان عجولا. وجعلنا الليل والنهار آيتين فمحونا آية الليل وجعلنا آية النهار مبصرة لتبتغوا فضلا من ربكم ولتعلموا عدد السنين والحساب وكل شيء فصلناه تفصيلا. وكل إنسان ألزمناه طائره في عنقه ونخرج له يوم القيامة كتابا يلقاه منشورا. اقرأ كتابك كفى بنفسك اليوم عليك حسيبا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله 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 الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. اهتدى فإنما يهتدي لنفسه ومن ضل فإنما يضل عليها ولا تزر وازرة وزر أخرى وما كنا معذبين حتى نبعث رسولا وإذا أردنا أن نهلك قرية أمرنا مترفيها ففسقوا فيها فحق عليها القول فدمرناها تدميرا وكم أهلكنا من القرون من بعد نوح وكفى بربك بذنوب عباده خبيرا بصيرا. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله الله أكبر. الله 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 سمع الله لمن حمده. الله 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 سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله 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 السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Inshallah, we have session 2, inshallah, Hajj, prayer for Salat al-Sunnah. Give a chance to speak out and inshallah.
من مقام إبراهيم ومقام
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. We can come close inshallah. في أماكن محفوظة هنا special. We have special places here. Inshallah. This is inshallah session 2. How to make Hajj or Hajj A to Z. Yesterday we got session 1 and we discussed all the way from beginning, from the time you leave your home and actually preparation for Hajj, up until you finish the Umrah. We described the Umrah and how it should be done in detail and everything. And today inshallah we will describe in detail the Hajj, how to make a Hajj. Is that the title?
This is like a 15 barrier thing. It's way better than other thing. You can use everybody or use for yourself on your road.
Oh. Alright, so we were mixing up everything, the ahkam, the rules, the practical advices and things like that based on the experience, things that you need for to make al-Hajj and all the details inshallah. And we will take it from where we stopped yesterday, how to make Hajj. We finished the Umrah and we said we're going to focus on Hajj al-Tamattu' or Umrah being done by itself, done, finished, and then Hajj. We finished that already. You can, you didn't record it, but we will take it from there inshallah. Then, after you finish Tahallul min al-Umrah, you get out of Umrah by cutting the hair, you are simply out of Umrah. You are just waiting, enjoying the Haram in Mecca, or if your package is to go to Medina, you're just spending time there. That's not part of the nusuk, it's not part of the ritual. You don't have to do anything, you just come back to regular clothing and regular everything. But at this time, if you are in Mecca, obviously you don't want to miss any salah in al-Haram. One salah in Haram, in the Masjid al-Haram, equals how many?
10,000.
100,000 times. So pray Salat al-Isha here, it counts like one. If you pray Salat al-Isha in al-Haram at this time, it's 100,000 times more,
53 years.
which is like more than 50 years, 53 prayers of 53 years, Allah. If we have sisters, they can join us in here. That's why I asked God if you can come here. If you have sisters who want to join us, because we'll be explaining and showing some stuff, so you feel free to come to this area in the back there, Father. So this is a lot of reward. Some hadith mentioned that there's a reward by just looking at the Kaaba. If you sit there and look at the Kaaba, there is some reward in that. Drinking from Zamzam. It's beautiful. You don't want to miss any part in the Haram. And in there, you know, lack of sleep, a lot of things build up and you're tired. But people keep adding to that by shopping a lot. They have to get gifts for everybody. There's nothing wrong with that, but do not waste your beautiful, your precious energy that's needed for things that, my advice is to delay all of that until after Hajj, until you finish Hajj. You have to do a lot of shopping and stuff, unless it's just in your way getting to the Haram, back from the Haram, that's okay. Salatul Layl, Qiyamul Layl, pray at night in the Haram. After Fajr, pray, Fajr, catch Fajr in there and stay until the morning. Try to do as many as possible of those things at this time. Until it is time to make Hajj. When are we going to start again getting to the Ihram and making Hajj? From what you studied and from what you know, what day of the Hijjah you will start doing that? The 8th of the Hijjah. The 8th day, the 10th of the Hijjah, you will at this time, from your place in Mecca, they will start doing that from their place in Mecca. Unlike Umrah, you will start making the Ihram and getting to the state of Ihram at the airplane, or if you're coming from Medina, right next to Medina. But now for Hajj, you will do the Ihram from where? From Mecca, your place in Mecca, your hotel, wherever you're staying in Mecca, you will start doing the same thing. Prepare yourself for an ihram. How to prepare ourselves for an ihram? Give me a few things. One, take a shower, shave, clean your body, cut your nails if you need to, put some perfume, all of that before you get to the state of ihram. All of that before you get to that's in your hotel now. It's much easier than in the airplane as you were coming in the beginning. And now after doing that, if it's Salat al-Dhuhr, Salat al-Asr, whatever, go pray or pray there and then announce the niyyah after that. It's recommended to do the niyyah after Salah. If it's not Salah time, you make Sunnah, 2 rak'ah Sunnah, Nafi, and then you announce the niyyah after that. What is the niyyah going to be? Sisters, again, I'm saying you can join us in here. You can come across the curtain if you're ready, and you can come join us here in the back. So what to say in the niyyah at this time? When we're saying Umrah, intention for Umrah as we were coming, we said what? Labbaik Allahumma Umrah. Now, what will we say? Labbaik Allahumma Hajj. This time you will announce the intention for Hajj. What day is it again? Please follow me, whether you're going or not. We are talking to Hijjah. All that is to Hijjah. So that's 8 days of the Hijjah. You will start getting into an ihram. You got into an ihram. Where are you heading to? You will be going to Mina. Your camp, your tent in Mina, where you will spend 1 day in Mina, which is the 8th Sunnah of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
On the 8th you do ihram.
And the 8th you do ihram morning. Yes, your group is going to take you in buses to Mina for the Tas'eed. They will take you to Mina, which is 3 miles, 2-3 miles from Mecca. It's actually just connecting to Mecca, like we have in Panama City, but it's you need to go. Everybody is going, not walking at this time. They will take you in a bus, and you will go to your tent in Mina, where Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam prayed Salatul 5 prayers. Salatul Dhuhr, starting the day 8th of the Hijjah, he prayed Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, and Fajr of the next day. Of what day was the next day? 9th of the Hijjah, which is the day of 9th of the Hijjah. Arafah. It's the day of Arafah, or Arafat. So 8th of the Hijjah, you will do what that day? Announce the niyyah for Hajj from where? In Mecca, in your place in Mecca, saying, getting to the state of Ihram, praying 2 rak'ah, saying Labbaik Allahumma Hajj. And from that time on, once you put on the Ihram for men, and women can dress anything, from that time on, you have a lot of things that you cannot do. You get to the sacred state of the Ihram. You cannot clip or cut your nails. You cannot take from your hair. You cannot apply perfumes. You cannot have the husband-wife relationship. All of these things, anything that's scented or has perfume, all of these things you have to stay away from. Right? Now you will spend that day in Mina. What you need to take with you? We have various packages, but majority of packages is that you do not have, from that time on, you will not have access to the hotel. They will usually, most of the packages, they will usually take an apartment hotel for you in Aziziyah or a place next to Mina, which is in Mecca also, but in a place next to Mina. They will move you a day or two before you go, before the 8th, they will move you there closer to Mina. And then on the day of Mina, you will announce the niyyah and you will move to the tent in Mina. And follow with me, you will actually be kind of downgrading now. Downgrading from usually the 5-star hotel, then you downgrade to the apartment thing for 2 days. Everybody, it's the rule of Saudi Arabia from the 5th. Everybody should be in Mecca, even those who are in Medina, everybody should be there, getting ready to get to Mina. And then on the 8th, you will downgrade one more step. You lose the luxury of even an apartment, but you come to a tent. Alright? That's going to be a tent with all the meaning of it. They try to make it nice, but it is a tent, and you are in Mecca, even if you are in the middle of the winter, it is hot, it's humid, it's, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help those who are there. So take precautions. You will take your luggage, they will move your luggage to the Aziziyah or this apartment in Mecca. Some people, they have hotels all through. They will leave your luggage there. What you need to take with you is whatever you think is needed for like 3 days or something. Couple of changes, few changes, personal items like your towel, unscented soup, soap, and a few other things, personal items that you think you might need at this time. Because you will be in the tent and you will stay there for some time, you will have access to your place, but not as simple as you think that you go back, take a taxi and go back to the apartment, hotel, or go to the hotel. It's not going to be that easy and that simple. They will tell you again what to take and stuff like that. When you go on the day of Eid, announce the intention for Hajj, spend that day in Mina, and then the next day, you don't have to do anything. Just pray there. Sit there, get ready for Hajj, pray those 5 daily prayers in their times, and doing nothing. Obviously, you read Quran, you do dhikr, but there's nothing special to do on this day.
In those prayers, you are not cutting short the 4 rakats to
No, you are not. You are not. And then on the ninth of the Hijjah, which is the next day after that, after Fajr, your company might decide to take you before Fajr or shortly after midnight. That's okay as well. Because again, keep in mind that 5-6 million people are doing the same thing. And actually, the earlier the better. They take you earlier to Mina on the day of Eid and earlier to Arafat, big chance that you are going to just traffic jam in there. Last year we were, blocked in Arafat. We were late a couple of hours, not leaving early, a couple of hours late. We were there for like 4 or 5 hours. We got to Arafat just before Salat al-Asr or something like that. So the earlier the better. Obviously, you go by the instruction of your, company and go by the package and make sure that you are aware of the details, when are we moving and everything, and be always ready and prepared. They will take you on the day of the ninth, which is the day of Arafat, to Arafat. From Mina to Arafat, which is kind of a little far, it's kind of maybe 9-10 kilometers from Mina. They will move you in buses, you will move in the bus from Mina, your tent in Mina, you will come back to Mina again, you're not leaving for good. You will come back to the tent in Mina again 2 days later. So you will move to Arafat, and all you have to do in Arafat is just this day. It's not a full day. Depending on when they are going to take you, they might take you after midnight, they might take you around Fajr time or after Fajr, they might take you 10 a.m. in the morning, they might take you close to Salat al-Dhuhr, but they will take you sometime, you will land sometime in Arafat, which is Yawm al-Hajj, the day of Hajj, and Hajj al-Arafah. The Prophet said Hajj is Arafah. This is the most important part of Hajj. On the day of Arafah, you will go there. You will pray Dhuhr and Asr combined and shortened. Dhuhr and Asr, 2 rak'ah Dhuhr, 2 rak'ah Asr, as if you are traveling. That's nusuk, that's part of the Hajj. You do it this way. All you do in Arafat is once you get there and Dhuhr time comes, you will pray 2 rak'ah for Dhuhr, 2 rak'ah for Asr, and usually the Imam will give you a khutbah. Whoever is with you, he will give you a khutbah. Whether it's Friday or not, there is a special khutbah or sermon for the day of Arafah that is there. Some advices for you in Arafat, practical things to do. Never. I'm not saying it's haram or anything, but from my experience, don't you never leave your tent. It's extremely hot out there, extremely crowded. All tents, and even in Mina, make sure that you are 100% aware. Get the number of your tent, the number of the street. All tents look the same. All streets look the same color, same everything. All you need to take is the numbers, because you will spend substantial time of your day and substantial amount of your effort just trying to get back if you get lost. You can go all around in circles. Take the numbers. Same in Arafat. But in Arafat, here's my advice to everybody with me: do not leave the tent. Some people, the idea and the stereotype in our mind, Arafat is a mountain. Is that Jabal al-Nur? You have to go there, you have to climb. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's not going to be there. It's there. but everybody, it's like a small hill, it's not like a mountain. Everybody of those 5, 6 millions are trying to stay there. And Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, I stayed here, وَعَرَفَةُ كُلُّهَا مَوْتٍ. Yes, I stayed here, but every single inch of Arafat, which is a valley, actually Arafat is a valley, is a place for you to stay, because he knew Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, everybody would come, oh yeah, he stayed here, you need to stay exactly right here. 5, 6 million people, people fight, people have sunstroke, people have everything you could imagine. This is the best and most important day of Hajj. That's Hajj. You lose that, no Hajj for you. All you have to do is take enough water. They're gonna give you water and drinks and everything, but make sure that you drink a lot of water. And the best thing to do on that day is one single thing, which is
same way.
الدعاء, invocation, prayer, which is the dua. خير الدعاء دعاء يوم عرفة. The best of all the invocation and prayer is the prayer made on the day of Arafah. Obviously, it's for the Hujjaj, but it's also for non-Hujjaj, for those who are not doing pilgrims, even here, anywhere. The best dua to make, the best prayer to make is the prayer to make in the day of Arafah. Day of Arafah. ما رؤي الشيطان أحمر ولا أصغر ولا أذان منه في يوم عرفة. Shaitan, devil has never been seen more humiliated, more defeated than he is in the day of Arafah. Why? Because how much forgiveness you see in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like all his work, all year round, he is working with people, maybe all life long with that person. He has been working seriously with him to make him do sins and stuff, and then in one single day, he makes sincere dua to Allah, and Allah is forgive him. That shaitan is like really feeling so bad. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgives so many people. يغفر لأهل الموقف, forgives the people of al-Mawqif. Everybody staying in Arafah. Make sure you ask dua for yourself, for those who ask you to make dua, for the ummah, the condition of our ummah to be changed. Make dua, and wallahi, this is a serious, this is an experience, something that's really experienced by everybody I know. You make dua in there, you see, sometime later in your life, it comes true, subhanAllah. So make a lot of dua. It's also good from time to time to get out just for a few minutes in the sun. Because the hadith mentions that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells the angel, look at my servants and slaves, they come to me shurfan, ghubran, dahin, with uncombed hair, with dust on them, dahin under the sun, with no shade like that. Look at them, what are they asking? They ask for forgiveness. Be my witness that I forgive them all. So you might get to the sun just a little bit. If you can, it's not necessary, but just to implement that hadith for a while, especially when it's the last portion of the day. It's just a few hours. If you reach the Dhuhr time, a couple of hours before Dhuhr, it's going to be just like from, let's say, 10 or maybe 12 up until the sunset, which is like 6 or 7, which is like 6, 7 hours. So you need to really invest in dua and focus in dua. You will lose interest after a while. You feel tired, but you might take rest a little bit. You might eat and then come back. So make sure that you are planning wisely to make sure that you are doing all the dua. Prepare your dua. That you've been before, you don't have anything to do. You might prepare your list of things that you need to request with Allah. Write it down. Prepare it in your mind. I need to ask this for myself. This is for my daughter, for my wife, for my children, for my friends. Ask everything and be serious in your dua. That is one thing that you do. Something else, and excuse me for saying that, but you have to know that for sure. You have to plan using the bathroom. That needs a plan by itself. Do not wait at the last minute. Ahead of time, with the first alarm that you need to go to the bathroom, go and stay in the line. Some lines will take up to half an hour or more. You are in the line, you just need to use the restroom or something. So prepare accordingly, especially in the next day, the day that will come after that, then, or that night. But in Arafat, it's really good. It could be really very interesting. Everybody is there and very limited and unfortunately very dirty bathrooms. I don't know why. I don't know why with this very rich country that they cannot even offer people some human restrooms or so. Allah musta'an. But deal with whatever is in there This is how it is, the trial from Allah, sabr, and inshallah you get. Again, do not try to anybody. See people fighting in the line. I was here before you. Where's the line? Some people come from here, some people come from there. Be extremely, extremely patient. At this point, at any point, you will come across things that will really, you're not used to that. But be extremely patient. So you don't lose your temper and you don't lose your Hajj. I have seen people, I remember people put the line in Arafat, cursing يسبون الدين لبعض. I have seen this, I've heard this one. Wallahi, يعني, they curse the religion of each other. That's the worst that is common amongst Arabs. So, subhanAllah, coming. Allahu Akbar. So, يعني, be patient, extremely patient in there. That's the day of Arafat. You will leave Arafat shortly after sunset. Shortly after sunset, to take a while until the bus comes and everything. Make sure you collect your luggage and make sure you move lightly. Whatever is needed, whatever they tell you is needed. And usually it's going to be very, very minimal things. The more you take of the stuff, I know that kind of people, I'm that kind of person. If I can take the entire house with me, that's always a problem with my wife. I need to take everything, all my stuff. I may need this, I may need that. Take a lot of stuff with me, but that's not good. When you are moving in there, take only what's necessary, because you'll be moving, walking a lot with it, getting to the bus and out of the bus and things like that. And if it's heavy and if it's a lot of bulky stuff, it's going to cause you more and more trouble. Usually the tents are really good, and some of them are air conditioned and they give you food and everything, so it's good. But still, it's hot and humid and things like that. But again, the most important advice, if you ask me, is do not leave your tent unless it's necessary. You have to. And again, if you have to leave, be extremely cautious to take the numbers of your tent. And you're going to be usually a very high pole number. This is the street number, and this is the tent or camp number. That is the day of Arafat. I hope I didn't miss anything as far as Arafat. As you are leaving Arafat, the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to tell the Sahaba, take it easy. Do not rush. Everybody's rushing as if it's a race. It's not a race. Take it easy and get to the bus. People, for some reason, they getting to the bus and out of the bus, people competing as if you get to the bus first, or if you catch this bus, not waiting for half hour extra, it's going to be like getting to Jannah. No, just wait and be calm and do not lose your temper. At this time, you'll be extremely tired. And after a long day, you're going to be even more and more tired in the next days, but keep yourself under control. The bus will take you right after you're not going to pray Maghrib. Maghrib will come to you in Arafat, but they will take you, what day is that? 9. After Maghrib. After Maghrib comes, they will take you in the bus to where? Muzdalifah, a place called Muzdalifah, where you're going to spend this night only, which is the night of the 10th. The night, tomorrow is what? Next day is Eid. The 10th is the day of Eid. You're not going to feel this. So you will feel it, you have a different feeling of it, but all days will look the same. People are moving and they're crowded. But the next day is going to be the day of Eid, the 10th. This night, you will leave Arafat and the bus to Muzdalifah. Place very small valley. It depends. Arafat is next to Muzdalifah. If you are aware of things there, I know the place there and I usually walk it. If I'm closer, Arafat is a very big valley. Muzdalifah is a very small valley that's bordering Arafat. So you could be in the tent, if this is in here, let's say, the chair there is Muzdalifah, and this is Arafat, this is Arafat, you could be here, the closest point to Muzdalifah, so it's easier to walk. But you could be also in the farther end in there, and it's going to take really long for you to walk to Muzdalifah. But walking from Arafat to Mina, I see also some people insisted to do. It's like close to 9 kilometers. This is too much. You don't want to do that. But even walking from Arafat to Muzdalifah, I'm saying even if you see Muzdalifah is there, do not go. You don't know where is your group gonna be. You don't know which way up. You're not gonna. You know the way. Everybody is going one way, this way. But which tent is mine, or which place that my group is going to stay in? Unless you're really 100% familiar that you can go on your own that day and the next day, and then go to Mina by yourself. If you can do that, then fine. But usually, one of the most important advices is do not leave your group. Just stay with them all the time because they will save you a lot of hassle that will happen. So this night, tomorrow is Eid, next day Eid. You're staying it in Muzdalifah. This night, you're staying it in Muzdalifah. What do you do in Muzdalifah? You could reach there sometimes close to midnight, even though I said it's just a bordering there. It might take half an hour, it might take an hour, 2 or 3, whatever it takes, and then you end up in Muzdalifah. Once you get to Muzdalifah, pray Maghrib and Isha, shorten and combine. 3 rak'ah for Maghrib, obviously, it cannot be shortened. And Isha, 2 rak'ah right after. And you sleep. Make dua and do anything, but you sleep. Make sure you sleep because the next day is going to be full of a lot of stuff. And at this point, it's, you'll be really tired. Uh, just to give you an idea how Muzdalifah is, I said you're going to be downgrading. At this point in Muzdalifah, this is the lowest point. You're not downgrade any lower. You'll be homeless. Exactly. That's the best word I have never seen. You'll just be sitting on the floor, and the fancy companies will offer you a piece of carpet or something to stay on. This is it's really fancy, and you pay a chunk of money. They can offer you something like this. Usually even lower, very lower quality kind of carpet for you to stay on, but it's still on the floor and the ground has rocks and everything. So this is the most fancy. Regular packages, you are on your own, and they will tell you what to take. Usually, they might offer you a sleeping bag, but you need to ask about this and make sure if they don't offer a sleeping bag, you need to take it with you because you will need it. How will you be sleeping? You will know when you get there, inshallah. It's just literally everybody is there, like a parking lot, the parking lot. Your person who is really fancy, go find an area and sleep. Try to locate, where am I? Where is the bathroom? Especially if you have your wife or, somebody with you, you do not want to separate. Or be 100% sure that, she's next to this wall with this number, so you can find each other. I spent 3 to 4 hours, and I'm young and I'm familiar with the area and everything, just trying to find one of my cousins in there, and both of us with cell phones. And he can see this wall, and I can see it's here. But we cannot find each other. Just go right, go it. And subhanAllah, we ended up talking about 2 different things. We were talking about Al Baik, which is a famous fast food restaurant there, and we ended up after like literally 3, 4 hours talking on the phone. He was talking, and one of them has like accessories like that. I was talking about one, and he was talking about another one in there. So just make sure that you have a strategy to find, those who are with you. In Muzdalifah, again, people will be just next to you, banging into you, sleeping next to you. There'll be a sister in there, somebody that you don't know. That's okay. But take some cautions to be at a safe place or not on the route of people. Just see if people are coming. Usually buses drop people here. Most people will just stay there. No, move from this way because everybody's going to come this way, and sooner or later they might steal on you or something. So make sure you are somewhere far from that. That is Muzdalifah. In Muzdalifah, you stay until Fajr, and if you have a special condition, somebody who's older, somebody with some health conditions, somebody got a wife with him, excuse for all the sisters, any condition that you think it's really difficult to continue the night. If you can continue the night until Fajr, that's the best. But if not, then you have the excuse to, after midnight, to leave. And midnight again is not like 12 o'clock. Midnight is you make a simple math calculation, which is Maghrib. You need to know what Maghrib time was at this day. Let's say, for example, it was 7 p.m. Just as an example. And then what is the Fajr time? Let's say it was 6. a.m., for example. How many hours are those? You count them and then divide them by 2. That's midnight. So if it's 7 p.m., that's 5, 6, 11 hours. Right? It's going to be 11 hours by 2. It's going to be what? 5 and a half. 5 and a half from 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. 12:30. It's going to be 12:30 at this time. Most of the time at midnight, it stands like 11:30, around before 12, usually. So I was just giving random numbers. So that's midnight in there. You can stay there after a little bit after midnight, and then if you have the excuse, if you believe you have the excuse, you can leave, no problem. You will hear a lot of people talking about, random things. No, you have to stay, or no, you have to avoid all of that. This is what I'm telling you. If you can stay until Fajr, that's what the Prophet ﷺ did. This is the best. If you cannot, there is no problem. Take it easy yourself and make it easy with those who are with you. And they usually will tell you there will be a bus leaving after midnight at this time, and there will be a bus after Fajr. So make your choice, and you can do it according to your case of circumstance, inshallah. What day is that after Fajr comes? If you decide to stay until Fajr, pray Fajr in there, 2 rak'ah. And what the Prophet ﷺ did is he stayed until حتى أسفر جدا. It was not like sunrise, but light was very close to sunrise. He stayed until that time, and he was remembering Allah and standing out praying and raising his hand in dua. And this is what the ayah said, فَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ عِنْدَ الْمَشْعَرِ الْحَرَامِ, which is in Muzdalifah. Remember Allah on Mash'ar al-Haram. There is a masjid there by this name, Mash'ar al-Haram. Again, don't try to find it. Don't try to go for it, because again, you will be trying to find it all night long, and it's really, there is nothing special in praying in there. You are in Muzdalifah, if you are close to it or next to it, fine. Try to make the salah there. If not, it's not 99, 29%, it's not going to be possible. Because everybody is looking for the same thing. It's a small masjid like this. And then millions of people are trying to get in there. And there's nothing special in praying anything. That is available over there. Do not take it from here. It's going to be too much. If it's something that can be packed easily, you may take it. If you have a small thing, you can take it from here. But they are available over there at cheap price and everything. You can buy it. You can easily buy it from there, inshallah. The next day is going to be the day of Eid, which is the 10th. You're going to do, that day involves most of the actions of Hajj. We said the 9th has the most important thing in Hajj, which is Arafat, one thing that you do. But the 10th, which is the next day, is called Yawm al-Hajj al-Akbar, the day of the greatest day of Hajj, or the Hajj of the greatest, the day of the greatest day of Hajj. Yawm al-Hajj al-Akbar. You will do a few things on that day. When you move after Fajr or after midnight from Muzdalifah, you will have to do those few things on the day of Hajj. If you decide to do them, the ideal order for them is Rami, Nahr, Halq, and then Tawaf. So Rami, which is throwing the stones. Where is that? The stones you're going to be back in Mina again. All the stones are in Mina. You could be, we have two for the American tents. They locate people based on where they're coming from. Indonesian people are here, or South Asia are here, America are here. America, they got 2 tents, or 2 camps. One camp that's really kind of far from where the Jamarat, where the throwing is, and the VIP or the one that you pay more for it is just close to the Jamarat, but it takes very few people. And they pay a lot to be there. So you are going to be in Mina. You go back to Mina. After leaving Muzdalifah, you will go back to Mina again. In buses, the bus will take you, go back to Mina. And on that day you do Rami, stones, of 1 Jamrah. How many Jamarat we have there? How many stations for you to throw? 3 of them. Al-Jamrat al-Aqaba al-Kubra, wal-Wusta wal-Sughra. The greater one, the big one, the middle one, and then the small one. On the day of Eid, you will just throw the biggest one. On that day, you will just throw the biggest one. How many stones? 7. Where are you going to collect this? Anywhere. Muzdalifah, the previous night, you can collect those 7 stones, and you can have a bag with you. or you can get them in a bottle or something, collect them from there, or collect them from Mina, no problem. You know, anywhere in Mina or Muzdalifah, but usually most people they collect them from Muzdalifah the night before, you don't have anything to do, prepare them and get some extra in case you lose any. And all you need for that day is 7. If you have more, you can get more for that next days, for the days afterwards, you will need them. But all you need to throw on that day is 7, only 7. Jabal al-Aqaba al-Kubra. You will go back from Muzdalifah. What day is that again? 10th of the Hajj. First thing you do, order is not really important. I told you the ideal thing is to do them in this order. But you can literally do any one before the other. So we have 4 things. Rami, throwing the stones. Nahar, which is slaughtering, obviously that's going to be done on your behalf. You're not going to do that. You will pay for that. Make sure you pay. You buy a coupon thing from there, I think for what that was 450 riyals, maybe 500 riyals, which is usually $100, between $100 and $150. You pay for that. Make sure you pay a day or 2 before, and make sure you tell him it's heavy. It's heavy, you know, because we have 3 sections in there. One is udhiyah. You want to make the udhiyah for one, regular one like we do here. Some people they do the heavy, but they still want to do the udhiyah. There is udhiyah, and there is hadi, which is you do for Hajj, and there is one that you do if you miss anything or if you miss out anything. So you tell him that I'm buying this for hadi. And from that time on, that person or that is actually a company's government thing, they do it in your behalf. So you don't have to worry about that. So you do rami, throwing the stone 7 times, nahar, that's going to be done in your behalf, slaughtering, halq, cutting the hair or shaving the hair, and طواف الركن وطواف الإفاضة. The tawaf could be delayed. Tawaf, you may do it on that day, most likely you will not be able to. Unless you feel like really strong after all of that, you can do it fine. But if not, you can delay it. But any of those 3 things, you can do them in any order. Usually once I get there, back to my tent in Mina, the tent that I got into at the 8th, and I spent 1 day before I go to Arafah. My stuff is still there, my sleeping thing is still there. I get to my place, I get my hair cut. You can prepare yourself, you can get some razors, or usually there are barbers there, but I personally do not prefer to use any external thing. I do it for myself, or I ask somebody to help me. I usually bring my own stuff. You can take your own shaving machine or something with you in there. So you do it or get it done for you, fine. That's one thing. Halq or taqsir, you can shave or you can at least cut the hair. And then you do the rami, go do this, the stoning there in Mina. And if you do any 2 of those 3, if you do at least 2 of those 3 things, you pay for the hadi, you do the halq, and then you make rami any of those 3, you will be out of ihram. You can take off your ihram. All of that you are in ihram. From what day you start ihram? 8. From the 8th. So 8th day you are in ihram, 9th day you are in ihram, Muzdalifah the night of the 10th you are in ihram, the beginning of the day the 10th you are in ihram, and now with all the stones, you already paid before that for the hadi, you will cut your hair, and then you take your ihram, take a shower, and you are 100%, not 100%, you are 99% like any regular person. The only thing that's remaining you cannot do is the man-wife relationship. You cannot do that until you do the tawaf. You go and do tawaf again. We did tawaf in the beginning when we came. But tawaf was for what? For al-Umrah. Tawaf al-Qudum was for al-Umrah. But this tawaf now is for what? For Hajj. Tawaf al-Ifada, tawaf al-Rukn. There's a lot of names for it. So this tawaf is essential for Hajj now. One of the pillars of Hajj you have to do. So you go to Mecca, do not overburden yourself. Yes, the haram for that day and the next day and the next 1 week, usually 1 week after that is going to be full. But at least for you, you get some rest. Do not, insist to make it on that day. But if you can do it on that day, that's also fine. That's fine. On that day, again, what are we going to do on that day? The day of Eid, 10? Give me the things that we're going to do. Rami, throwing the stone 7 times, Jumrah al-Aqaba al-Kubra. Small thing, that's all you do is buying it.
Haircut. Okay.
The haircut. And tawaf, you may do tawaf, you may delay it later. That's what you're going to do on that day. And by this, almost 95% of your Hajj is done. Actually, huh? If you don't do the tawaf on the 10th, you can do it in the 11th, you can do it in the 12th, you can do it in the 13th. Still fine.
Just do it before you leave Syria.
Yes, you do it before you leave, and there's some scholars also say that you can do this tawaf along with the final tawaf, you can do just one tawaf and be enough for both of them. I personally don't feel much comfortable to do that. Tawaf al-Hajj is by itself, and then we have another wajib. Tawaf al-Hajj is rukn. You have to do it for Hajj. And then Tawaf al-Wada' is wajib, which is a little bit less. And that is still obligatory, or you have to do, but still less, not like Hajj. Do this tawaf, and then you can do tawaf al-wada' or farewell pilgrimage when you leave, inshallah. So you can delay it until you get rest the next day or the day after, or you may do it on that day. Those are the actions that you do in the day of Eid. Day of Eid, you'll be spending it in Mina, your tent in Mina, the one that you get into on the day of Eid. And then the next day, which is the 11th, you're going to spend that also there. The 12th, you're going to spend it also there. You may decide to leave, you have the choice. After the second day, which is the 12th, or you may decide to stay until the 13th. Right? So, فَمَنْ تَعَجَّلَ فِي يَوْمَيْنِ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ وَمَنْ تَأَخَّرَ فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ. There's no problem if you decide to stay 2 days. You go after 2 days, or stay for the third day. The next one stay for the third day, but 99% of a lot of people, they go up to the second day, fine, that's 100% fine, no problem. In Mina. What you do on those days in Mina, what you have to do is spend most of the night in Mina, spending time in Mina itself at night, especially at night. That is wajib, you have to do it. And the other thing is during the day, you make at this time for those either for 2 days, you stay there 2 days, or for 3 days. So let's say if you stay for 2 days, you will make Rami each day, the 3 of them, the 3 stations. So in the first day of Eid, how many stations we know? How many you name? One, the biggest one. How many stones? 7. But in the second day, which is the day after Eid, at the 11th, you will throw the 3 of them. 7, 7, and 7. Start with the big one. It's going to be one way anyway. You get there, you go the floor. The first one, second one, and third one. And the sunnah is after the first and the second, you raise your hand and make dua. You go and finish, go to the side and make own dua if you can after the first and after the second. But with the third one, throw it and then leave. So that is the first day after Eid, the day after Eid. And then the second day after that, you can do the same thing. Spend the night in Mina, or you can spend it all, but if not, at least most of it. What many people do, at this time, you are staying in Mina, only 2 things to do. Rami during the day, and staying the night, most of the night during the night. You have access to your hotel, for those who have higher packages, they have the 5-star hotel next to the Haram, and other packages, they have apartment closer to Mina, next to Mina. Your luggage is going to be all of your luggage, the rest of your stuff is going to be there. Some people decide to go with rest in there because it's a little bit better. During the day, you can go, you can get a cleaner place for to take shower, to spend some time during the day, eat some good food, and then you come close to Maghrib time or something, maybe even Isha time, not a problem, as long as you come and spend the night in there, or most of the night in there in Mina. Moving in Mecca is very tricky and very difficult, so try to get a good kind of medical shoes or something that will definitely help you avoid the food completely avoid the food out there. Try to stay away from anything that could be, hazardous or anything. But have in mind that it could take a long time and you could easily get lost, so plan everything according to that, inshallah. During those 2 days or 3 days, if you decide to stay, All you have to do is staying, as I said, in the night staying in Mina, and during the day have the Jama'at. If you decide to stay only 2 days, how many total Jama'at stones you will be stoning, you will be throwing? 7 in the first day, the day of Eid. Plus, every day, total of 21. 7, 7 and 7. 7 times 3, that's 21. So 7 plus 21,
All
or
49.
let's say 21 and 21 the first day and second day, that's going to be 42.
Okay.
Plus the 7 in the first day, it's going to be 49. 49 if you make it only 2 days. But if you add the next day as well, the third day, you'll add 21 more, which will make the total of 70, right?
70.
Yeah, that's going to be 70. So those are the stones that you're going to be stoning. And after that, you will be spending the time in Mecca. It's time for some packages, they go to Medina afterwards. You'll be leaving Mecca, or you'll be leaving back home. So right before you leave, after you prepare your luggage and everything, and they tell you this is the time, as soon as possible to that, you go to the Haram and make Tawaf al-Wada', which is just regular Tawaf 7 times. You do it as usual, and then you leave. Tawaf al-Wada' should be done. Again, we said don't forget Tawaf al-Ifada. You do it the first day, do the second day, third day. So if you're staying there for, let's say, for 4 or 5 days delayed, if you do the 4th, 5th day or something, that's going to be better. 13th, 14th, 15th of the Hijjah, that's going to be a little lighter in there, especially at certain times, at night times, and so on. That's probably everything about Hajj. Many people do little, things in there. They keep making a lot of umrahs. Nothing wrong with that. Many people say, many scholars say, no, that's wrong, don't do it. That's not, I believe this is not right. You can do that, no problem. And also many scholars believe likewise. But the thing is, if you decide to do that, my humble advice for you is to keep that after Hajj. Because some people come, they usually they arrive early before Hajj, a week or 2, and then they are, have the longingness to Al-Haram, and they need to, get to the Nusuk. I'm coming for that. And we go. I've seen that every day, 2 or 3 hours, one at Fajr, then one at the Asr. MashaAllah, this one is for my aunt, this one my grandfather. But then by the time of Hajj, they're exhausted. They're gone. You can easily catch anything. You have people from all over the world. You just smell it. You know what I'm talking about. You smell it. You will have the sweat of everybody over your body because you'll be touching them, physically touching them. So avoid all of that. Do your Umrah. You will have to do Umrah. Or in your case, you do Umrah if you decide to. One Umrah when you go, and then another Umrah when you come back to Mecca. That should be enough for now. Then wait and save your energy for Hajj. And with Hajj, she's the one that you came for. You came for Hajj, not to make Umrahs for left and right for people. She's good, nothing bad. But delay that. I'm done with my Hajj, alhamdulillah. I can now do all the Umrahs, which is the 10th, I mean. You finish the 9th and you finish the 10th. Then during those 2 days you are staying in Mina, you may, actually after that, delayed after you finish even Mina and everything, you can do the Umrahs and everything. Questions?
Yeah.
Over.
When you return from Muzdalifah to run the Jamara, and you leave at midnight, some scholars give you the make it easy for elder and everything. They leave from Muzdalifah at midnight and they go directly to Jamra al-Kubra and they throw the stones. That's acceptable?
Yes, you can do that. For those who decide to leave after midnight, that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Prophet giving them concession. And Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam adina lil-nisa wa وكذا, categories of people who have an excuse. He gives them the permission to leave after midnight. Then leaving after midnight, you will continue the process from there. You don't have to wait until the morning to go do the throwing and do the tawaf. That's what they do most of the time. They go after midnight to the Jamarat still at night. They throw, make the Jamarat, and then they go to Haram. They want to go before everybody, do the tawaf, so they will be done with everything. That can be done, no problem. But if they wait with the Jamarat, it's going to be better. At least, you know, the runway, they can do the tawaf, and then they're gonna go back to Mina anyway, and Jamarat is in that way. So keep it until the day, during the day.
What about the Ihram? You can change the Ihram.
You can change the ihram, and this is another thing. Take more than one pair with you. Take three or maybe two or three. What you need to take with you from here is one. That's what you're gonna need in the airplane. In case you go to Mecca first, as I explained. But then over there you can buy more, one more or two more.
But if
Just
you
one more.
go
You can
to
wash.
Medina first, you buy from Medina.
Exactly.
You go to Medina.
Exactly. I guess it's going to Medina first, so you don't have to take it from me.
What about like toothpaste and this and that?
That's fine. That's fine because it's needed and it's not really meant for sense energy.
And then, like, some people have allergies, they have to put some cream or something, they have to
Sunscreen or anything that's okay, but make sure you choose one that's unscented. I mean, you can easily find that. Again, I told you that's might be many scholars I trust. They say it's not meant for perfume, even if it has scent in it, it's okay. But again, I personally believe that. I mean, if I can go for unscented one and easy, and give me the same thing, why do I decide to go with the one that has perfume?
And the medicated creams are not perfume.
Exactly, exactly. You can easily find that this one doesn't have perfume, does it?
No.
Good.
And that you can, anybody who came for it can take one shot.
I got my second one.
And then, and this is a very good one, so this is better than that.
I was just giving everything as an example, but yeah.
And this is a nice,
That's the
very, it's very covered and protected.
Right, inshallah.
No. It's like it's when the skin rough, skin.
For rashes and everything, that's the thing you put on the mouth. It's for moving, a lot of moving.
Um,
Okay.
then,
Any questions?
how much money you have to pay?
That's a good question. Don't take much cash with you. Cards, I don't recommend at all that you use card in there. So overseas and you expect anything to happen. But you take some cash with you, depending on how much you're gonna need for gifts, for example. If you're not planning to pay gifts or anything, you would barely need money for anything. But you keep some money with you. And again, keep in mind that a dollar is like three something riyals. So I would say if you take a few hundreds, maximum 1,000, should be sufficient. That's for the whatever you can spend. Most of the time, you're going to be spending that on taxis and transportation and things like that. But other than this, usually the companies will offer you with everything unless you need to buy stuff for yourself. Gifts, I'm not talking about gifts and stuff that is on people. You can buy gold things for relatives here that's going to cost a lot.
And then the guide is typically with you, most of the time, or
The guide,
the guide.
the guide, the guide is going to be with you. You will have access to him, but again, make sure that you take the plan for tomorrow. You have the religious guide and you have the administrative thing. Both of them you need to check with. So you check with the sheikh, for example, that what we're going to do tomorrow. He will explain to you what we're going to do tomorrow. So you will have this in mind. And then you ask, more importantly, even the administrator, when are we going to leave? What time you expect the bus? This and that. Make sure you have all of these details and be flexible because 100% they will tell you that's not 100%. They tell you the bus is going to come at 8. It's never going to come at 8. That's nothing. That has nothing to do with the company, but bus is coming from the other side of Mecca or something. It never comes. Never comes in time. Not never, but I mean, some people they are waiting there for me. But I mean, expect long delays or something. But at least get an idea. When are we going to be leaving? What to take? What to do? What are we going to do after that? So make sure you get all this information.
And what about like, we here in the US, we can wear the shorts, okay over there,
You can do what?
like that, wear the long shorts.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You can wear anything in the airport that's decent. You will see all kind of places.
If somebody went to Hajj and one of the flights over there, after they come back, or the flight was there, they need to go to cheap. That's very different. Pilgrimage or
Yeah, the things that breaks the Hajj is different, but the person, if somebody loses temper or fight or something, he's gonna lose some of that word. He's gonna lose some of that word, yeah. Ajru yankus. But it's not that he's gonna lose his Hajj. Person loses his Hajj if he loses the pillar, one of the pillars of Hajj. Like he did not make tawaf, this tawaf for Hajj. Or he did not go for Arafah at all. Obviously after the tawaf you're gonna make sa'i again. This is something we keep. After you make the tawaf, any tawaf has sa'i except for the last tawaf. Last tawaf you make tawaf and leave. No sa'i with it. But for tawaf that you do in the day of the 10th, or you can delay 11, 12, whatever as you explained, you do tawaf 7 times and sa'i 7 times.
The Tawaf al-Wada has no price.
No sa'i. Tawaf al-Wada, the final one is just tawaf and then leave. Right. So I was saying that if you miss that if somebody was not a patient and he had a relationship with his wife or something in the day of Arafah, or obviously this person lost his Hajj. You know? So, and in this case, he has to do in Islam, he has to do Hajj next year, just to make up for that. Wallahu ta'ala. Any other questions? Okay. May Allah accept those who are going, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala listen for us to.
Ameen. يا رب.
لا إله إلا الله.